So we're here at the Santa Inés Mission, and we're gonna take a look at some stuff inside. It's not a real big museum, but they got a few little things. Big thing here is just the history of this place. When we take a look around, think about a few hundred years ago, all the old vaqueros here. We take a look back here behind me. You can imagine just cattle, horses on those rolling grass hills back there. Down here through the valley. Okay, you can just imagine those old vaqueros riding out through here, riding out through this valley, gathering cows, moving cattle. Just a ton of history in this area. So let's go take a look, see what we find inside. So when you come into the first room here in the mission, we've got a few things to take a look at. Mostly that stuff right there behind me I think you guys are going to be interested in, but we've got a few other things too. So here you can take a look. We've got just some basic farm stuff, some sheep shears, some axes and stuff. Got some pottery. And we've got some artifacts here from the church, from the Chumash Indians. Some of the church artifacts that are pretty cool. Take a look at those. We've got some old musical instruments, or the remnants of some. But then let's go and take a look at what I think you guys, looking at some of the horse stuff, are going to be a lot more interested in. So here is the Santa Inés Mission brand. Okay. Take a look here. We've got some spurs. We've got an old bit, which is kind of an interesting piece. Take a look down here. We've got a few more branding iron heads here. Step over here. This braided rawhide is actually an old pair of reins. I don't know why they've got this looped over here. You can see right here they've got that kind of looped in, which it shouldn't be. It looks like an old pair of Romal reins that are kind of torn up. And then we've got an old shotgun and a bullet mold. But let's fade back over here. So we take a look at these spurs. Those are a pretty interesting set of spurs, an extra rowel, and then that little bit. So a couple little artifacts here that are pretty interesting to take a look at. Something else here in this first room, we've got this old anvil here. That was used by the Chumash and by whoever's doing any blacksmithing here at the mission. This anvil was given to a family, Murphy family, by the Padres in 1879, so they were using it well before that. It's a pretty cool little piece. So we're heading out to the garden here, and you can see this little walkway here. Spent quite a bit of time here. Pretty neat place. I don't know, I've always just loved the feel of this mission, and just walking around the history here is just amazing. But we take a look at this. This has all been redone, but it's basically a lot of the original construction. So pretty cool history. So now we're taking a look in the gardens. I was going to take you guys into the church proper, but they're completely renovating it, so it's all torn up. Maybe we'll get some pictures and stuff to show you guys of what it was looking like when I was here. And then they're just redoing a bunch of stuff, doing a bunch of conservation work. So not much to see in there, but the garden's pretty cool place. So here's a little different angle on the garden. I know the lighting's not great because of the angle of the sun, but you guys get a pretty good idea. Beautiful place. Spent a fair amount of time just kind of sitting in this garden here and just thinking about life. So I imagine there are quite a few people have done that over the centuries. So we'll wrap this little video up sitting here by the fountain in the garden. And again, just kind of closing out, if you ever have a chance to come to the mission, it's definitely worth taking a look at. It's not big. They don't have a big museum. They've only got a few little things, but a lot of history here. And just taking a look not only here at the museum, but around the valley. If the old horsemanship and that old culture is what you're interested in, well, you just can't beat a place like Santa Inés Mission. It's beautiful, full of history, and really cool place to come take a look at.